Welcome to Women of Color TV, and I'm your host, Marcia Jews, and I am so excited. I'm sitting here with a dear friend of mine, Edith Lucille Taborn, mother, author, and poet, an 84-year-old Black poet from Chicago, Illinois. And she has released a deeply moving song titled Mother's Loss, highlighting the devastating impact of infant mortality on Black women. Miss Taborn was born in 1983, 86, 88, well, I'm 1938. I'm reading this. I'm all circling around
That's okay.
in Chicago, where she spent most of her life. She grew up in a family of 9 with loving parents and siblings who took care of each other. Throughout her life, Miss Taborn has been a lover of music, photography, and writing. She started writing poetry as a child and continued to do so throughout her life, hiding poems under her bed. Despite struggling with reading and writing as a child, she excelled in math and eventually discovered that her high IQ was higher than most kids her age. She worked hard to graduate high school and was determined to go to college. After moving with her kids to Los Angeles, California, she attended junior college where she took classes on African American history, Black history, and child development. She earned her bachelor's degree in child development from California State University, Los Angeles. After her youngest son finished high school, she moved back to Chicago to take care of her parents and also earned her master's degree in social work from Chicago State University. The emotional lyrics of Mother's Loss convey the myriad of feelings that encompass the loss of a child, including anger, depression, guilt, shock, and sadness. Through the song, Miss Taborn shares her journey of healing and pays tribute to the generations of Black women who have come before her, acknowledging their strength and resilience in coping with their grief. Inspired by her own experience, conversations with other Black women who have suffered similar losses, Mother's Loss aims to provide solace, support, and a sense of unity for those grieving the loss of a child. Mother's Loss emphasizes the importance of support groups and empathetic connections where Black women can share their stories and find solace in knowing they are not alone. Mrs. Taborn was inspired to write the song after attending a support group meeting recognizing the therapeutic power of empathy and shared experiences in the healing process. Since its release, Mother's Loss has resonated with countless listeners, many of whom have expressed gratitude for Edith's courage in sharing her personal story. The song has touched the hearts of individuals who have experienced a similar loss, as well as those seeking to understand and support loved ones in their time of need. Most importantly, it has shed light on a conversation that has continuously been dismissed by healthcare and mainstream media industries. Mrs. Taborn hopes to leave a legacy of kindness, generosity, and compassion. She believes in helping others and being a good listener, always willing to lend an ear to those in need. Her faith is an essential part of her life, and she starts each day asking God where she is needed. Mrs. Taborn is a free spirit who believes that everyone deserves love and respect regardless of their circumstances and their background. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I am great.
You are wonderful.
I am great. I am blessed.
Yes, you are.
I am.
You have done a lot.
Yes.
How did you find the time to balance life, family, and creating your own career?
Well, it was hard, but I knew that I couldn't sit down. Once you sit down, that's where you stay. And I have always been a mover, and I move, and that's what I do. I move, and I move from one thing to the other. And people How you do that? Hey, you got to keep moving.
That's right.
You got to keep moving. Even right today, the younger people, they tell me, how do you do that? I can't even get out of bed half the time. I said, one foot at a time. And you have to keep moving. Because if you don't, you're going to stay in that bed. You're going to stay in that spot. You got to keep moving. That's the key to life. Keep moving.
You really do. And so all of the things that you have written and all of the thoughts that have come from you, it's really wonderful that you have decided that this is really going to be part of your life. It's coming through you. It's just coming through you. Just like all of the other things you set time for. I think poetry and the music and the singing, the lyrics of those songs are what keeps you moving now.
Right. And I meet people every day, and no one is a stranger. And I listen to them. And then I go back home, and I sit down at my computer, and I write about them. And I write about them into a poem. And when I see them the next time, or sometime I don't even never see them again. But I'll tell them, I wrote a poem about you, and I shared it with them, and they start crying because they were just talking. They just never knew that was an impact of them, and they said, "Oh my goodness!" I said, "Yes, you're not alone. You are not alone. There's so many people out here with the same thing that you're going through.
That's exactly
So
right.
you need to talk about it, and it's not shameful. Talk, and somebody will listen." And I do. I listen, and sometimes I laugh to myself, and I say, think you're alone. You're not alone. And our biggest thing right now is the Alzheimer's. So many people, even the young ones,
Yes.
they keep saying, I don't remember what I did yesterday. But another thing, you keep saying that, and that means that you're not going to remember. You can't say that. You just have to keep going. But with the older people, you can kind of understand. And then there are tools that the family need to work with them because the family gets frustrated. And like I tell them all the time, you're going to be gone before your parents or your aunt or your grandmother if you keep on because they don't know what's going on.
Right.
You just have to let them talk. And even if you think it's wrong, don't say it. Never tell them they're wrong. Let them keep on talking. And write out cards, take movies. I love to take pictures, you know. Take pictures. The pictures up, you know, put it in a song. Sing a song to them. Do anything to make them feel good. And then that makes you feel good. So that's the thing I'm working with right now is people with Alzheimer's.
That's huge.
Yes.
That is really huge. And, I've had family members that had Alzheimer's.
Yes.
And it was not a pretty sight
No, it's not.
at all.
It's really not. And I work with my flowers, and I take the flowers. What I do, I buy the flowers, then I take them and I plant them, and as they get larger, I repot them,
Oh,
and then I take them and give them away.
I love it.
And
Oh, that's
say,
wonderful.
oh, where'd you get this? Oh, when can I go? But no, this is something that I do. I even had an experiment with a potato plant, sweet potato plant. Now that was my first time, and I was gonna throw the sweet potato away because it was kind of rotten.
Okay.
So someone told me put it in some dirt. So I put it down in the dirt, and I put it in water. I didn't think no more about it until next week I went out and it was a little flower,
What?
leaves on it.
On the sweet potato?
And I'm like, on a sweet potato. And I'm like, oh my goodness, look, it's a leaf. So I took a picture and I posted and I said, this is a sweet potato plant. And I explained everything I have done. And I said, week 1, and go back week 2 and take another picture. Went back week 2, it had blossomed. Went back week, you ought to see it now. And it's been 6 months. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous.
The flowers themselves.
Yes.
You're kidding. I didn't know that sweet potatoes have flowers. What?
And people say, where do you buy that? No, you buy a sweet potato. You get a sweet potato. You plant it in dirt,
Right.
and it will grow. And
Really?
then I found out later, I've been doing research, you can do the same thing with garlic and white potatoes.
Wait a minute. So you actually go to the store, buy the sweet potato and the garlic, and, and you literally just, and the potato, and you just put it into the water, into the dirt.
In the dirt. And during the winter time, you should start them inside your house in a little pot. You start inside the pot.
Do you put them in a window or?
Yeah, you put it in the window. 'Cause
Okay.
You still need that sunlight.
Okay.
And once it's time to plant outside, you can take it out and put it out outside. Mine is still in a pot.
Okay.
But I just love it. But I can't put it in the ground. But I have repotted it at least 3 times.
You're kidding me. In bigger larger pots.
In larger pots. Beautiful.
That is amazing. So is it going to yield the vegetable?
I don't know yet.
Okay, you still waiting.
I'm still waiting because it's been like 6 months. And this is like I said, this is my first time ever doing
I
it.
love it.
But it's,
I'm gonna call you up on the phone and have you talk me through it. I'm gonna go buy some. Can you just get dirt anywhere? You got to get dirt from your house.
Well, I use the dirt I buy at the store.
Okay.
But I'm sure you can use the ground dirt.
Okay, or just go to the store, get a bag of dirt.
Get a bag of dirt and put your potato in there, put the water, and just.
I love sweet potatoes.
Yes, yes. And now this was a rotten one. Now I haven't used those because I love sweet potatoes. I love.
I do too, girl. I do too.
But I was getting ready to throw it away because it was rotten. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, wait a minute, let me just try this. I'm always trying something,
I love it.
beautiful.
I love it. So you're so artsy, right? And I love the music that you create. The songs are amazing. How did you get into that? What was going on in your personal spirit? Because the words are so deep in some of your poetry.
My life and how other people's lives that I just I look back and I said, did I go through that? I must have went through that because I'm still remembering it. I said, so in order for my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren to understand, because my grandmother and my mother never talked about their lives.
Right.
Everything was hush hush back then. And I think about it today, I wish they could have told us what actually was on. So I want my family to know what I went through, what the other people, my generation, we went through.
Right.
So where they are today. They just didn't get here.
Right. That's right.
They just didn't get here.
That's right.
We struggled real hard. We might not did it the right way, but we did it for you to be where you are today.
And be clear that you laid that foundation.
Yes, yes. Because they just think, oh, okay, it's mama, blah, blah, blah. No. We struggled. It wasn't easy. And my music, I love Johnny Mathis.
I do too.
I love Johnny Mathis and Billie Holiday. And if it was when I get blues, and we do get blues.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Every
we got to
day.
navigate it.
Yes, and I go try my music. My music, I have music all through the house. And my kids grew up on music. They grew up on jazz.
I love it.
I come in the house, my grandbaby, which is not a baby anymore. When she was little, and I would come home I'll tell you how kids are so smart. And when I would come home from work and I would come up the stairs, she'd be in her little stroller, and the radio was right there. She would turn, as soon as I would come up there, she would turn the radio on. So by the time I get to the top stairs, the music would be playing.
Are you kidding me?
That baby did that every day when I come home.
I love it.
And I like it because even as young as she was, she knew that grandma
Right.
loved music.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know what's really powerful too is you decided that you were going to go ahead and get all the degrees you could. What put you on that track?
Just trying to learn. Just trying to learn because when I was growing up, I didn't have much schooling because of my illness. So I really didn't have much school. And the only kind of school I had was when I was in the hospital. And they had that. And you know, that wasn't too much.
Okay.
So and I used to sit in the classroom. Everybody else would be working and all. Teacher never called on me. And I'm like,
Yep, and that's what they do.
yeah, and I'm like, I know that answer, but I was afraid to say it because I thought that they would laugh at me. Teacher never called on me, so I never said it. So it was when I got into high school, I got a little more confidence, and he just kind of helped me along. And but the learning wasn't the right learning, so I had to go and start reading books. And I found out, well, they're teaching us all wrong. That's not the right thing. And then when I asked my mother, they don't say nothing. I
Yes.
asked my aunt, the thing was closed.
Yes.
And I say, wait a minute, it's more to life than this.
Yes.
It is more to life than this. And I'm
Yes.
going to find out what it is.
Yes.
And that's how I got involved in just educating my own self. And as much education as I could get, that's what I did. That's what I still do.
And you have how many degrees?
I had one, 3. Yeah, 3.
And which degrees do you have?
I have the early childhood, and I have the social work.
I love it.
And I still take all the classes. I go to class all the time. I'm in everything that's out there. I go. And they say, what you doing here? You don't need this. I said, yes, I do. I need it for the other people that sit around me.
Okay.
Because they look at me and they say, oh, if this woman can sit here
They don't know.
in this class,
They don't know.
wait, I can too. So,
They don't know you.
no,
They don't know you.
They don't know me.
At all.
And I'm supposed to be in a class today. It's women of business. I'm supposed to be there today, but I told them I was coming here, so I had to post a picture of me being here, so they would know that
You were here.
I
was
it up.
here. I am in Detroit.
I am in Detroit.
Right. I love
would
it.
be there, but I am in Detroit.
I am in Detroit. That's too cute. So we've gotten on this poetry, now songs. That's a whole next generation of your creativity.
Well, the song, I guess, poetry and song come together.
Okay.
And I be listening to, it's really funny because I be listening to the songs back in the days, like with Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday. Now, Billie Holiday actually wrote her song.
Okay.
That she sang. And I'm like, okay, that's her life.
Right.
And I'm saying, okay, so poetry and song go together. So if you write a poem, you can take that poem and make it, just change some words on it and make it into a song. You can sell it.
And so you just add music to it.
Just add music to it.
And so how do you determine the music that you want to hear?
I think I don't determine it. I think it's someone else's.
Okay.
Looking at they determine the
What they need
that will go
with that poetry.
With that.
That's huge.
Right.
So tell us about you being a mother. So one of your children is a dear friend of mine, Dr. Tyrone Taborn. And so let's talk about their childhood and raising children.
Okay, well, Tyrone was my first, and he always, when Lucille came along, he used to say, well, why do you have another one? It's only supposed to be me. And then when Milton came along, he was really upset. He said, well, now he's no longer the baby. He could tolerate Lucille because now she's a girl. But now I got a brother now. Wait a minute. But it was hard with Tyrone because he was the first, and I was a young mother, don't know nothing about how to raise no child.
I understand that concept.
And and here I'm here. But as you get the next one, you get a little easier. natural thing to do. But it doesn't get easy for them.
Yes.
Because then that's the responsibility. Tyrone becomes the man of the house, and he has to take care of his sister. He has to take care of his little brother. So, then, so that gets to be a problem. But we worked it out. We had meetings. We always had meetings.
I love it.
And I gave them their role, what they have to do. Tyrone had to take care of Lucille. Lucille has to take care of Milton. And then Milton, I tell him, you got to take care of all of them. Which, no, he didn't. Because he's a baby.
Right.
But
That's cute.
That's what and they took care of each other.
And that's love,
And
though.
that made me feel good because I come from a family of 7 siblings.
Okay.
And my brother's older and I'm next. And my brother basically didn't do anything. I was the one that did everything.
Had the responsibility.
Of all of my siblings. And even today, the ones that are left, I still take care of them.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I still take care of my
But that's family. Too often we don't hear the stories of family,
Right.
right? And what that looks like or what it should look like,
Right.
right?
And I tell them all the time, even now, I said, Mama, what you want me to do for you? What you don't do nothing for me. You have already done it. As long as you take care of each other. That's what I
That's
need.
powerful.
I need you all to take care and love each other. And that's what I have always instilled in my children, for them to love each other. I am so proud of Tyrone. He has his sister here. He has his nephew.
Because they do. They take care of each other. And they take care of the people that work with them.
Right, right. And that's what
That's huge.
That is.
That is huge. So, I don't know if you have a poem or something, or a little something that you could say, a little something.
Well, the only poem that I could have, I would have to read from, my phone, but I really don't. But I had this one poem in my 85th birthday, and I had wrote it, and I was just telling them that today is my birthday, and it started like 80. I cannot believe 80. I'm here 85 years later. When the doctor brought me to my mother and laid her by her side. That was 85 years ago. And I talked about all the tribulation going through and all, and the ups and downs, and I just can't believe it's been 85 years ago.
Praise God.
And I said I had been on a merry-go-round, and I had picked up kings and queens on my way. And as I look now, it has been 85 years ago. And I am so glad that you are all here to celebrate my 85th birthday.
Amen. That's beautiful.
But it was more into it than that.
But that's enough. That's enough for us to tell. So what we've got to figure out now is that we need to make certain that people can get some of your songs and hear your songs and your poems, because you are very creative, and I just feel so honored to be in your life, and I appreciate you so much.
Well, I appreciate you too, because I know when I wrote those other two, I'm calling Marsha. I'm calling her, and I'm going to see how she likes this before I put it out to the audience.
I think I screamed.
Because if you are out there, you have to know your audience.
Yes.
You can't just throw something out to it. You have to actually know your audience and
Yes.
know what, if they get offended or not. So you have to, I do a lot of research.
Yes, you do.
I do a lot of research.
Yeah, because you're a brainy person. You do all that.
Yeah, I do a lot of research. And I said, okay, so this is not going to offend this group of people that I'm talking to.
Right.
And I know
But you're
exactly.
respectful.
Yeah.
You're respectful. And you're creative, and you walk and talk in love.
Yes.
So that's how it's going to come out.
Right.
In love.
Right.
Right?
And I do my food pantry. And I go, and people laugh, they say, why are you going to get some food? You know you don't need no food. I say, I don't go get the food for me. I know I don't need no food because I eat very little. but I go get the food for the people that can't go.
All right.
And when I get home, I call them up on the phone. Sometimes I post it on Facebook, and I say I'm really nice about it. I say if anyone would like, it has certain words that you have to use.
Yes.
If anyone would like anything that I have posted, please inbox me.
Okay.
And they will, and then we talk that way, and then they'll come pick up what what they want.
Oh, that's great.
Right. And if I'm going, like I'm out of town now, and I'll let them know that I will not be going
Oh,
to the food pantry.
that's
because
beautiful.
I'm, out of town. So when I get back, I'll let you know. Because a lot of people actually depend on the food, and they can't get
They
to
can't
it.
do it. Right.
They can't get
They
to it.
can't. But you are such a wonderful person, and I said you always walk in love.
Yeah.
And that's a gift. God has given you the spirit of love
Right.
and giving.
Right.
That's who you are.
And I say another time, I warn you sometimes, I do all of this, but when I was little and I would go back and forth to the hospital, I would be put in a ward with adults
Oh.
because they didn't know what was going on back in those days. And so by me being younger and they were adults, I took care of them.
Really?
And I didn't even think about that until I started writing poetry. And all this stuff comes back, and I said, wait a minute. I used to take care of the people in the hospital. That wasn't my job. Everybody thought I was going to grow up to be a nurse. I said, I didn't want no parts of the hospital.
Yeah, because that's a lot. That's
But
a lot.
I still help people because
Giving much is expected, and you do that, right?
Yes.
God has graced you. So when are we going to hear? I know you've got a new song coming out or a new poem coming out.
Well, I have several new poems coming out. As soon as my book comes out, then I'll be able to share more.
Oh, wonderful.
Because I was told that I was giving out too many of my poems for people to steal.
Okay, well, you got to listen to that.
Yes,
You
so
got
I
to listen
said,
to that.
Okay, I said, well, I'll just hold back
Yep.
until my book comes out.
Outstanding.
And then, I'll be able to release my other one. And plus, I have so many people that's waiting in line for my book.
Right. So what we'll do is set up a time when your book comes out and all ready for that. Then we'll have you back again on a different channel to talk about your new book when it comes out.
And another thing, I want to thank you about the library because now the library is calling me to do some presentation at the library.
Yes, and they love doing that. I'm so glad you followed up. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, we're just beginning, y'all. This right here, she is my role model and my mentor, and keeping me in check. And I love you.
And
I love you so
too.
much, Miss Edith, Mrs. Edith Taborn. Thank you so much, and God bless you, honey.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back with our next guest.